Hi, my name's Luke, and I've been working in the video and multimedia production industry for about 10 years. Over that time, I've seen a lot of change, but I think this little thing here is going to change it more than anything. And I'm talking about your tablet and your smartphone. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about today, DIY content creation. Now, mobiles and tablets have obviously revolutionized the way we do a lot of things in our life, from taking photos to surfing the internet and using social media. But it is now time to embrace them as a tool for video production. With a little bit of help and know-how, you can very easily create dynamic, engaging, and professional looking content on the one device. And with everyone having these devices now, it is going to lead to an absolute democratization of video production. Kind of like what's already happened to photography with apps like Instagram, which will allow you to take reasonably average looking mobile phone photos and make them look damn sexy. One question I get asked a lot is, can I actually get decent quality video footage out of my phone or tablet? And the answer is yes, if you know what you're doing. Here are some examples of stuff that I've shot with a Sony NEX-FS100 and with my phone. As you can see in the example here, the video quality on the iPhone is actually quite good. Would I use it to shoot all of my corporate work? Probably not. But if I was a small business operator who only had a phone or a tablet, I would definitely use it to shoot information videos about my business and services. One of the key sort of things here is though that this technology is only going to get better and better. We're getting lenses now that can attach on the front of phones, the megapixel rate is just going up and up and up, and over time these devices probably will get just as good quality as professional video gear. I guess my key argument here is that video is now one of the best ways to communicate digitally. It used to be the written form, but I don't think that's the case anymore. I don't know about you, but if I go to a website and want to find information about a product or service, I'm much more likely to click on the 30-second video and watch it rather than read through heaps of boring content. So it's important now for people to be able to create their own videos to tell their story and deliver their messages. And that's hopefully what I'm going to teach you how to do here. Before I jump into what app to use, how to light it, and all those sort of things, I just want to give you a few simple rules. Number one is don't film everything. You often see people just walking around with a camera, holding it in the air, filming absolutely everything of their holiday. And that is just a waste of time. When you're filming, you need to think in shots. And shots are usually about 5 seconds long. So what you do is you pick what you want to shoot, you film it, you hold it, you count to 5 in your head, then you press stop. It's much easier to edit something later if you have shots to basically build together in a sequence. Now another little tip that I have is to, wherever possible, use stabilization. Now that can be putting your camera or tablet on a tripod, it can be leaning it on a desk, or it could even be leaning up against a tree to try and hold it as still as possible. It's just going to always make your video quality look much better if you don't have terrible Bourne Identity style shaky camera work. Now another rule is don't use the zoom on your mobile device. Instead, use your legs. Just get closer to what you're filming. And that's because the zoom on your mobile device isn't an optical zoom, it's a digital zoom. And digital zooms use software to sort of get closer to the image, to zoom in and zoom out, and that therefore affects the quality. So always use your legs and just get closer to what you're filming. Another thing to consider here is that you just don't have to use your tablet or your phone for filming. You can actually use other devices like a GoPro or a high-end DSLR. A lot of them now use the similar format that is actually accepted on the iPad, so you can just basically take the SD card out of your device, plug it straight in and import it into your camera roll, and then you can combine it into footage that you've shot or photos. Another little tip to consider here is that you just don't have to use video. You can also use photos. These could be photos that you take yourself, or they could also be photos that you might have bought from a stock library like iStock. These can really add a professional touch to your videos and help you tell your story a lot better than you might be able to if you had to film everything yourself. And you can also use stock library websites like iStock to buy background audio for your edits. And no, you can't use Metallica or Moby or AC/DC in the background of your business video. It's just against the law. The first thing you need to decide is what is the purpose of your video? And more importantly, what story are you trying to tell? If you're not telling an engaging story, people won't care, and they simply won't watch your video. All stories have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And with video, less is always more. It can be a good idea to work out what type of video you want to create. So say for example, if you run a small business, you might want to do interviews with your customers and create a testimonial video, or talk to camera directly and create a marketing video, or create a training video. It doesn't really matter, but you just need to clearly define the type of video you want to make before you start filming. Now, believe it or not, the next most important thing to consider is sound. An audience is much more forgiving of average looking video than they are of terrible sound. I don't know about you, but if something sounds terrible and hurts my head, I'll simply turn it off. What you can do is buy a $40 microphone off Amazon, and I'll put the link in the posts below. And what this microphone does is allow you to achieve the #1 aim in audio production. The closer the mic to the talent's mouth, the better the quality of audio. So what you simply do is clip it onto a lapel, run the wire from the mic into your tablet, and you instantly have reasonably good quality sound for $40. Certainly a lot better than you would just using the internal microphone on your device. Okay, so to begin with, we're testing the quality of the iPhone 4 with no microphone attached. So this is just using the microphone that's in the camera, and the camera is about a meter away from me. Okay, so now I've attached a lapel mic to the camera, and this is just a wired lapel mic that plugs directly into the iPhone 4. Costs about $40, and as you can see, makes a dramatic difference to the sound quality. Now, in my mind, the best app for filming with is Filmic Pro, and that's because it's designed to be used for video production. One of the key things that it has is that it allows you to lock focus and lock exposure. Now, you don't always have to use these tools, but in most cases, I would actually recommend it because it's going to give you much better video quality. Say, for example, you're filming a talking head interview, kind of like me here, with a guy sitting at a table talking directly to camera. Obviously, you have your your phone on stabilization. You also have a microphone on your talent. But what happens if you have everything on auto and the guy picks up a white piece of paper? If your camera is on auto or your phone is on auto, the camera will automatically adjust the color and possibly the focus to focus in on the paper. So that means that the levels of everything else in the picture will drop dramatically and the guy holding it will appear really dark. Now what you can do with Filmic Pro is, as I said, lock the focus and exposure to his face. So that means his face is always going to be the thing that looks best in the shot. So you've finished your filming and you've taken all your photos and you're ready to edit. I really recommend editing on a tablet rather than a phone. Phone screens are just far too small for doing editing and really make it hard to sort of see what you're doing. With programs and apps, I really recommend using iMovie. It's really quite cheap and quite powerful with what you can do. Now, most videos that you want to create are probably quite similar to this one, with someone talking directly to camera and with little snippets in between to help tell the story. Videos like this are dead easy to create with iMovie and then output to YouTube. And I guess the key take home here is that the democratization of video production is occurring right now, and you need to be a part of it. Video used to be something that was really specialized, that was really hard to do, and you needed to hire a professional to do it. But now, with your phone or your tablet, you can quite easily and cost effectively create videos that, sure, they don't look like they're shot by Steven Spielberg, but they're good enough, and they're good enough to represent your business, your brand, or market your products.